The bird sought treatment at a local hospital. What a weird week.
Hi, everybody, it's Weird.
This is like crazy being here.
Weird.
Really weird news.
Bigfoot eats out of my trash.
Well, I got a great joke for you today with some wonderful weird stuff.
Hi, friends. I'm Scott. This is a show we call What a Weird Week. And if you're new here, we do the fun news, the odd news, not the serious news, but the strange ones that maybe were in your headlines or maybe they went under the radar for you this past week. We count down 10 of the weird news stories of the week, and we accompany everything with show notes, pictures, videos, that kind of stuff. If you go to our show notes page, you can find all that. Shownotes.page. This is our episode for Friday, Feb 20, 2026.
Number 10.
Number 10 is that bird, which it would appear showed up for treatment at a local hospital. This is a cormorant in Germany. It had a fishing hook stuck in its beak, and it went to the hospital. It went to the emergency room and pecked on the glass. It's pecking on the window. People didn't notice it at first. Then eventually it got the attention of hospital staff, and the bird seemed very calm as they approached the bird and tried to capture the bird to treat it. They got the hook, the fishing hook, out of the bird's beak, and the cormorant was released into the wild. I love this story, and I know it doesn't make logical sense or whatever. There's science. Sure, tell me a bird can't read the sign which read hospital. But still, a little part of me is like, that bird knew exactly what they were doing, and I cannot wait to watch the Disney Pixar treatment of this one. Fantastic. We do link to some photos and more details if you click the show notes or go to shownotes.page.
Number 9.
Number 9 is about some research into flatulence and underpants. So PG-13 maybe, or I don't know, we need a different thing. It's not like saucy, but we need some kind of a warning if you have kids who would just launch into some sort of fart joke avalanche when they hear this story. Well, to you young comedy enthusiasts, I encourage it. But perhaps mom or dad, parent, legal guardian, maybe they don't have time to hear all 1,000 fart jokes that you have ready to go. Researchers at the University of Maryland have developed what they're calling in the article smart underwear, which is underpants equipped with sensors to track when you pass gas, flatulence. And now they need people to step up and start passing gas so that they can gather some data. They're trying to figure out what is normal, set some sort of passing gas baseline. And so your help is needed on this. Maybe it's not you. Maybe it's somebody you know who finally can give back to science, make a worthwhile contribution to science through flatulence.
Number 8.
Number 8 is the enormous sock monkey that was made by a Glasgow School of Art graduate. It was first in the headlines last year because it was enormous, and it was a wonderful photo. A giant sock monkey, 15 meters. So times 3, what's that? Around 45 feet, 46 feet, somewhere in there. The pictures are all from either a drone shot or up high looking down onto the sock monkey. It's very impressive. They set it up in what they call a car park, which where I'm from, we would call a parking lot, I think. Same thing, I'm pretty sure. So first it was an art installment, 45-foot sock monkey in the parking lot. But then somebody was like, it's possible this is the largest sock monkey in the world. And that's why it's back in the headlines. It turns out that person was correct. It is the largest sock monkey in the world, officially now in the Guinness Book of World Records, the Glasgow sock monkey.
Number 7.
Number 7 is gross, so just a heads up. And I don't want to do this story, but it is weird, and we have taken our solemn vow to cover the weird ones. So this is the Fatberg that was found underneath the Sydney wastewater plant, Australia, planet Earth. It is a Fatberg the size of 4 buses. And if Fatberg is kind of a new term for you, first of all, congratulations. I think that's a win. Secondly, a Fatberg is what they call a blockage in the sewer that is made from fat and other gross things. And this one grew to the size of 4 buses. We link to more information about the Fatberg and I will warn you again, PG-13 or trigger warning or whatever. It's gross. And also, right in the URL from United Press International, the official news story URL contains the phrase wastewater plant poop balls. So somebody snuck that into the URL. I guess one good thing is when you click that, you know what you're getting into.
Number 6.
Number 6 is about a location of the restaurant Raising Cane's. I do not have a Raising Cane's where I'm at, East Coast Canada. And perhaps if you're in the same situation, Raising Cane's delicious French fries and delicious chicken fingers, chicken nugs. If you want to elaborate more on Raising Cane's, please reach out. Maybe it's your favorite place. But I think I'm in the ballpark there. You get the idea. The location of Raising Cane's in Boston that popped up in the headlines, according to the article, they've filed a lawsuit against their Boston landlord. The landlord is trying to evict the restaurant over complaints that it smells like chicken fingers. I should hope so. I should hope that any quality Raising Cane's location is going to smell like chicken fingers, isn't it? Anyway, for the legalities of it there, you can click the article. I'm no lawyer. I want to say I could be called on to testify as an expert on fried chicken fingers, but one side is saying, you're stinking up the place. You need to get out. The rest of the tenants don't appreciate it. And then the other side is like, are you kidding me right now? You just want to get rid of us. That's my I've never gone to law school summation of what's going on with Raising Cane's. I don't want to take sides on this one. I don't understand the law, and I'm sure there's more to this story. I feel like some people would pay extra to live near the chicken finger smell. I mean, am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. All I want to do now is eat chicken fingers.
Number 5.
Number 5 is from Science Brief, and they did an article about like a deep dive into pigeons. Why do you never see baby pigeons? And I read the headline and I was like, oh yeah, I never see baby pigeons, even though every city is full of pigeons. It's because, I mean, if you want to read the whole article, it is wonderful, but I'll give you the TLDR. Baby pigeons stay up in the nest, up high where they're safe, and they only come down after they look like they're grown up. So they blend right in. They might be young swinging pigeons, but you or I can't tell. We're not pigeon experts. They blend right in with the grown-up pigeons. And that's why you never see baby pigeons. I don't know. Thought it was interesting. Number 5 story this week.
Number 4.
Number 4 is the battle between crossword puzzles and exercise. I didn't know there was a battle between crossword puzzles and exercise, but I'm fully invested now. So according to a new study that we linked to, for adults over 65, mentally demanding activities like doing a crossword better at slowing cognitive decline than doing exercise. Now, I'm no expert on any of this. I would encourage you to read the article. We linked to it. I would not say you're supposed to stop exercising. That's not the purpose of this study. But doing a crossword, doing some brain teasers, that is supposed to be good for your brain health. And I'm not 65 yet, but I look forward to a future where I can choose between exercise, which not my favorite thing to do, or doing a crossword, a delightful crossword puzzle. Maybe this is great news for you too, or perhaps somebody you know would want this information. You can click the show notes or go to shownotes.page, read more. Again, I am not a medical professional.
Number 3.
Number 3 is a product that has not paid for product placement in this show, but we're going to talk about it because it's weird. And to me, this is, I don't want to say gross, but I said gross, but didn't I? Okay, let's just move on. The folks at Dude Wipes have launched a new line of flushable personal care wipes infused with coffee called the Morning Grind. Morning Grind wipes have real coffee oil in them. They say it will potential boost of alertness while you freshen up. I'm not sure the science on it. I believe I have mentioned already in this program, I'm not a scientist. I should just get a button and wear it. I am not a scientist, but I would encourage you to read the article. Although the article is not scientific either about whether a wipe with coffee in it will boost your alertness. The article is more like a press release, sort of. This might just be one of those things, an attempt to get publicity. I'll put the link in the show notes.
Number 2.
Number 2 is the bad date bears. They have been on some of these trending websites and in the news this past week. The bad date bears are plush animals that you can collect, give to your friends perhaps, and they're all inspired by dating scenarios. It's kind of funny. I guess they were at the New York Toy Fair. They launched there, and now in the headlines because, well, one of them is Situationship Steve. That's one of the bad date bears. Maybe you know someone who is in a situationship. Maybe they would like the Situationship Steve bad date bear. It's possible they were in the headlines because we were in that window around Valentine's Day, and these are certainly a funny Valentine's gift, or perhaps Galentines or Broentines. If you knew people who went through some bad dates and they needed something funny to perk them up, bad date bear. Situationship Steve on the way to the rescue.
Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. There is a giant gravity anomaly under Antarctica, and I thought maybe that was worth an honorable mention. There's a write-up in Science Alert about it. I thought, what's happening? But I guess it's been there for 70 million years. It's existed for at least 70 million years. So I guess it's not a new kid on the block, a new gravity anomaly kid on the block. It's an old kid. Gravity anomaly kid. Another honorable mention. This one is about positive affirmations. According to some research written up in Science Alert, whether positive affirmations work or not. And it gets complicated quickly. You know what we're talking about. Like you look in the mirror and you say, I'm good enough. People like me. Or just don't let them see you cry. So positive affirmations sometimes can have a small beneficial impact on your well-being, but it looks as though the evidence is kind of pointing towards the effects are not universal, for sure. Doesn't help everybody, and really depends a lot on you, what type of individual you are, what your circumstances are. And then the article gets into, can positive affirmations hurt you? And they talk about toxic positivity, which does not sound good. They also offer some alternatives, though. Self-compassion. Instead of affirmations, self-compassion. I think just before we get to number 1, we should try a self-compassion. Let's do this one together. You can repeat it. I am going to cut myself some slack today. I am not going to compare my show to other good shows. Maybe positive affirmations work for you. Perhaps you want to read more. We put a link in the show notes, or you can go to our show notes page, shownotes.page.
Number 1.
Number 1 is a controversial one from Live Science. And the science stories don't always do so well in our metric, but this one, controversial, and it's about solar flares maybe causing earthquakes. That seems like something you would see in a Marvel movie. So a little bit, I'm like kind of believing it, but I guess it's quite a controversial take. Researchers are proposing this, that solar flares interact with the electrical forces within the Earth's crust, and we get earthquakes. It's controversial because many other researchers are saying, no, there's no link. Nothing's been proven, but I bet even those, I'm not a scientist, I bet even those researchers would say, it does seem plausible in the Marvel universe. Hey, I'm going to stop there. There's a long article and we link to it in Live Science. You can click the thing or click our show notes page, shownotes.page. It's sciencey. Alrighty, so we put everything we talked about today on our show notes page at shownotes.page. You can find everything about our podcast there too. Thanks a lot for listening. We're coming back next Friday with 10 more weird things from the news on What a Weird Week.